Bang. Well, welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Tuesday, July the 17th, 2012, 4 p.m. Eastern. What a day. Oh, my goodness, what a day. Up, down, up. Freaking crazy. Nuts. You're looking at the hourly chart, the S&P 500, and I don't know. All started off pretty well. Australia delivered. Hawkish. As predicted. Ching, ching. But we had a mild rally in the S&P, and the Aussie dollar really, it popped, but nothing dramatic. And then we had inflation data that came out, but again, then the key here obviously was burn your ass off, Bernanke. Not delivering. Now, I'm gonna basically take the other side to that. Because everyone was talking about they thought something was coming. I didn't think something was coming. I was just trying to get an idea for what his thought processes were. What would trigger things? What were his tools that he felt he still had open to use? And he doesn't have just one bullet. He's got 4. Really 5. He can keep doing TARP, buying anything from treasuries. Do more QE. He can continue Operation Twist, even do that more. He said he can change the language to, go further out, 2015 and so forth. But the other ones were more impressive to me, again, because think about it. If you're going to charge these banks to keep money at the Fed, which is what one of his tools are, that really kicks him in the ass to loan. Problem you have in the United States is the people that need the money are the ones that are not credit worthy. So now are we going to go back to doing what we did in the United States before that got us into this problem, lend to people that can't afford or risky borrowers? Do you do that? It probably is the answer if you figure out maybe which ones have a higher probability of paying back. Lower standards, but, more the community bank way. Where you sit down, they go over your business, they go over your plan. They look at everything, not just your credit score. That's not Citibank, JP Morgan. They're too big for that. They're not hometown. And the small banks, as we know, the community banks have gotten killed. So, anyway, the point is it would kick them in the ass to lend. And the markets, again, this is all what the market would think. And the market would love it. It won't work, but the markets would love it. And lowering the discount rate, the window, that would also be a nice other tool. And he went over them, and I got to tell you, the question I want to know is, well, Mr. Bernanke, would you be willing to do all these at the same time? Or are you going to pace them out in dribs and drabs? And I think he would have answered that truthfully and said, I'm prepared to do whatever the situation dictates. And that is where I think he might deliver. If the numbers continue to be this bad, listen, capacity utilization out of the United States was terrible. Again, I sound bearish, but let me tell you, I was long. Sick to my stomach that I was long, wanting to be short. Sick to my stomach, saying to myself, this sounds kind of good. This sounds like he's ready. Europe is terrible. Things are not good. GDP is going to be under. And the key word was inflation. He now thinks there's a problem with deflation, as I've been screaming for months, besides the drought. Now, again, the drought. So anyway, the markets ended up realizing that, hey, he's probably going to act. And I think that's why we rallied. Big comeback. Took out previous day highs. Closing strong. Outside candle. This looks gorgeous. And once again, my 1390 zone continues to come into play. Believe me, that's where I want to back the freaking truck up. Back the truck up and sell everything. Now, if I go back to the hourly chart, I think you'll see it better. There's that 1390. Now, maybe it's going to be another week. Remember, the longer we go, the higher this goes. So we're not even there right now. We'd be about 1386. But I'm not saying this is going to happen right away. But I just feel like we got to get to this 1390. We're in this uptrend channel. The euro seems to be bottom. We triple bottomed on the euro dollar. Hopefully this will come up right away. I can't believe how much it sold off, but whatever. Monster comeback. Holding the channel line. Don't tell me channel lines don't work. Oh, baby. info@globalfxllc.com, people. Email me. Try my service. It wasn't pretty. I was not happy getting killed throughout this course, but you know what? Was able to get out before the decision. And again, you can follow me on GFX Premium, even though it's blocked. Maybe I'll open it up and if you want to see it. But we lightened up. I was nervous that Bernanke was not going to deliver. But then it's like, well, wait a second. He pretty much is. Look at the toolbox he still has. He doesn't have just one round in the chamber. He's got 4. He's got things he can do. Again, they're not going to work. But I'm saying he's got things he could do before the inevitable is coming. Biggest drought in 24 years in the globe. There are countries in this world that have not had this kind of a drought in their memory. No one is talking about it. Which is why, again, it's going to kill corporate profits. And again, we look at this euro dollar. You know, I truly believe Greece is gone. I truly believe the euro is going to be somewhat restructured. And it's going to go much lower as a result of that. But, you know, I read a report today talking about Germany and how they make almost 100 billion euros a year because of having a weak euro currency. And these guys are not willing to fetch up and contribute their share, mind you. So if you do $100 billion or $1 trillion rescue fund, their share is only going to be like 300, billion. Now let's talk about how long the euro has been in existence. Hello. 1999. So you're talking 13 years of making on average of 100 billion euros a year. That ain't chump change. And once the Germans realize they have to give in a little bit on this, I think that things will move along. This is sort of the same situation in the United States, right? Both sides have to give in. Well, the Germans have to give in and ante up and realize, okay, we have made a lot of money off having a cheaper currency. Admit it. But they won't. And at the end of the day, just talk to some World War II veterans if they're still alive. And there are some serious differences in culture. And will they ever be resolved? And, of course, add on the huge Muslim population in Europe. Huge. Huge. So, look at the hourly chart in this euro dollar. I think we go higher. I know it's a little painful, but we're getting back up there. Hopefully you book some profit up here. Channel trade it. But now it looks like we're clearly going to go for that 123.50. No real numbers out of the Eurozone. We did have the German zoo that came out that was terrible. Right? And I got to tell you, as much as I know this currency is going lower, it just feels like it's bottoming. Every time it comes in, there are buyers. So to me, euro dollar continues to form this bottom here. And yeah, if we break, that's one thing, but it keeps on making lower highs, higher highs, lower lows. Gorgeous for a big breakout move. I think maybe you fade that, but certainly do. But we look at the euro against other currencies. Again, euro yen, nice comeback. Dollar yen minutes tonight should confirm. In my opinion, it's going to confirm no more stimulus. And if that's the case, you would think dollar yen comes in. But Again, bond yields did inch a little bit to a 10-year 150. Give me a freaking break. Inside candle. I see no reason why this thing can't pop a little bit and then roll over. But certainly we get above 79, 30 in that zone. This thing could fly a little bit. I'd rather buy the crosses on the yens. Again, this euro yen looks very interesting to me. Dollar Canada. Love it short. Love, as we know, as we predicted. Bank of Canada was going to be more on the hawkish side. Mention raising rates. Holy crap. And then, of course, they rally. I get it. Looney freaking tunes. I love it short. I think we head down to this channel line here. Par 50. It's only 70 pips, I know, but hey, on another level, if this market really breaks out, we're going to 99. But short term, obviously, I think we get down to this par level, par 50 zone. But certainly rolling over, triple top, couldn't get there. And now certainly going to head to the bottom of this channel line. But I thought Bank of Canada was, obviously concerned about Europe. But they ain't doing nothing on rates. They're not raising. They're lowering, that's for sure. They're going to raise. Dollar Swiss, certainly the same thing as the euro, but the opposite. Gorgeous topping pattern. You got to love it. Again, I think tonight should be easy. Easy. What, we're going to do a quadruple top? We're going to go back up here? No freaking way. This is it. Enough. We should get a nice follow-through. Again, some of the other currencies, certainly down to 97. I think 96.50. If you look at Aussie, new closing high, breaking higher. Make a case even, cup handle, I guess. Really nice uptrend channel, as I see. Certainly 104. Easy. And again, correlated to the S&P. If we get to 1390, this Aussie's going up more. Oh, yeah. Talk about 107. So, again, we're only 35 handles. They break us out to the moon. And if this Aussie can close above 104, 104.20, gone. So I think that here's your precursor. Aussie Kiwi rallying on the Bank of England, Bank RBA's comments. Very strong day for this. Rarely do we see it closing at the highs of the day almost. Got to tell you, this baby looks like it wants to break out. Even though New Zealand obviously is doing well. Reverse nicely. Outside candle as well. Closing decent. Maybe we get up to this channel line here. 82. Again, if we're talking about an S&P at 1395, this is where we're going. Hey, Sterling. Oh, pound Swiss. I am not happy in this trade. Obviously, I've been losing in this trade. Not much, but I'm down like 100 pips in it net since I've been trading it here. I still believe it's a short. This is a joke. This is overbought. London, they can't even get their act together for security with the Olympics. I mean, they're a joke. I mean, what? I'll tell you, if you were trying to do some sort of an attack on the Olympics, wouldn't this be the perfect? Wouldn't you be salivating if you're like, well, they're going to screw up security, and instead of having 10,000, they're only going to have 3,000 ready by the opening. That's their fantasy. That's their dream. I mean, what the hell? Talk about opening the door. Are they doing it on purpose? Maybe they're doing it on purpose. Maybe they're trying. That would be an interesting counterintelligence move. Maybe they really are all set. They throw this guy under the bus to make Al-Qaeda think that security is going to be lapsed. They've only had years to prepare for this. To suck them in. Ooh. Makes for a movie. Makes sense, though. It does make sense. I mean, come on. Brits, you're not that dumb. This security firm employs 600,000 people, personnel around the world. They're going to screw up 10,000 order? I mean, Jesus. Jiminy Christmas. Sterling yen looks good. Certainly at 124.50. tell you, all these other yens still look good. Aussie yen closing strong. Dollar index certainly looks like it wants to go to, I'd say, 82. Easy. Channel line right here. Again, completing this whole level. But again, this dollar index has been an uptrend channel line now for the last year, almost. We could pull all the way into 80, and it would still be a long. So again, going back to my S&P, I am a believer. I believe we're going to fail 1390. And that is your moment to back the truck up. And at the end of the year, between the drought, between natural disaster, between the Middle East, in my opinion, the S&P is going to touch at some point this year 1200. I'm sorry, 1120. Absolutely. Now, if I'm wrong, and good news comes out, everything's great. It's all great. The world is great. And we break above 1400. Well, you know what? Then we're probably going easy to 1440. And if you want to measure the move, we could be going to 16 freaking hundred. I don't think that's going to happen. Not on my watch. Earnings suck. Multiples will not expand, especially in the policy. So I just don't see how this is going to happen. What, they're going to make a deal in Washington? I don't think so. I think this food price situation is not good. I really do. And also I thought capacity utilization today out of the United States, really not a good number at all. But I look at this S&P, and it looks like we're trying to break out. And again, I think if people looking at the repeat of last year, that same situation did happen. But last year is different than this year. You didn't have consumer spending collapsing. You didn't have a drought. You didn't have the hot weather that changed everything, people's buying patterns. I don't know. You didn't have the European situation really not resolved. Kicking the can down the road to September, the Germans to vote on this thing, that's not good. Who knows if the market's going to let that happen? Monster wedge in gold. Looking to break one way or the other. I still think we have 1,500. I tell you, Bernanke's on hold. He's not printing. The Japanese are done printing a little bit. London, they're done for now. They're going to do their stimulus. They got the Olympics. I don't know. Gold looks very weak. But again, any sort of big printing program, any major announcement, gold flies fast. 1680 now on a big pop. That'd be on a printing situation. Oh, baby. Tomorrow's Beige Book, I think, is important. I think UK employment is going to be important. I think cable, certainly on the daily chart, tried to grind higher, trying to break out, which it did take out the channel line. It looks good. I think that, Bernanke gets it. He knows that he's going to have to act. But as we all know, it's not going to work this time. Doesn't mean the shorts are not going to get squeezed. It doesn't mean this dollar can't have a nice little sell-off, anticipation of more printing. And again, the high yield is talking tough. I mean, this Aussie looks like it really wants to go higher. How are you going to fight that? Live to fight another day. Try and nail it at that channel line along with the S&P, and then we'll easily come back down. 96, 97. Oh, baby. Hey, listen. This is going to happen again. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Bang! Last time it happened in when? September. So, maybe they hold it up, and we don't have a meltdown until Bernanke delivers. Not enough. So we'll see. Again, people follow me on Facebook, Voice of Forex. Follow me on YouTube, Voice of Forex. And, of course, email me at info@globalfxllc.com. Try my premium service, people. I know it's summer. I know it's dead. But, hey, making money, baby. It was tough today, but pulled it out. Love the style Swiss short. I'll end on that. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need, truly loves to make you money. Hot, humid, but we'll take it. Bye-bye.